The man found that all he had to do was stare at one person. He could see their ability stats. For example, he realized that a particular guard had exceptional talent as an archer. He suggested that the guard switch professions to become an archer. The guard was initially skeptical, but to his surprise, even though it was his first time shooting an arrow, he hit the bullseye with perfect accuracy. This left the surrounding soldiers stunned. What happened next was even more unbelievable. No matter how many arrows the guard fired, every single one hit the bullseye without fail. Amidst the applause and praise of the crowd, the guard decided to follow the protagonist's advice and become an archer. By dinner, the protagonist's father had also heard about the incident. He encouraged his son to hone this intuition for discovering talent, calling it an essential ability for a noble lord. Little did his father know, the protagonist's talent wasn't based on intuition at all, but rather an advanced appraisal skill. He could even effortlessly appraise his father's talents. However, the protagonist realized something troubling. His future didn't look promising. The empire's long-standing corruption had led to widespread peasant uprisings, but the imperial government turned a blind eye to these revolts. As a result, local nobles had to strengthen their own self-governance. The protagonist had a strong sense that if this continued, the empire would inevitably plunge into large-scale war. To protect his family, he knew that as a future lord, he needed his own army. Fortunately, in this life, he possessed the appraisal skill. By identifying talent early on, he believed he could survive the chaos of future wars. Determined, the protagonist headed to the town that very day. He planned to use his appraisal skill to find individuals with extraordinary potential, but such people weren't easy to find. He spent hours appraising countless people without discovering any prodigies. Eventually, his eyes started to ache from overusing the skill. Just then, a boy was pushed out of a nearby restaurant. He was a Malgar, a race widely discriminated against in the empire, often sold as the lowest class of slaves. The protagonist kindly handed him a piece of bread. At that moment, his appraisal skill activated automatically. To his astonishment, the boy's stats were at the level of a general. Not only were his ability scores shockingly high, but he also possessed multiple S-tier and A-tier talents.